YouTube, this is Jamie, and I'm here from Get Your Life Girl in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm here to do a video on a topic that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I would definitely like to bring some awareness and some, open the lines of communication about this because it's so important, especially in today's society, and it's definitely affected my life, and I just really want to talk about it because it's a problem, and I want to work on a resolution for it, and I want to share with you a bit of it. Okay, so the topic is maternal abandonment, being abandoned by your mother. Traits of a person with maternal abandonment, and some things that you can do to work on it if you were actually affected by it directly. Someone close to me that I know has been, actually a few people, and I'm particularly talking about men. So if you're a woman and you're in a relationship with a man who was abandoned by his mother, or you were abandoned by your mother yourself, I just want to talk about it. So some certain traits of this type of person, a man who was abandoned by his mother, they'll be extremely insecure, because they didn't get the love and the nurturing from their mother, that during those development stages, and even in their young life. And then they would see maybe friends or family members or like school classmates who maybe had their parents, and your mother never is there, never comes, and it's just really heartbreaking to hear those stories. But it's really up to you in your adult life, and especially when you start building relationships with new people, especially women, to work on these issues, because if you don't, it can cause destruction in your relationships. So these type of people typically have destructive relationships with women, whether it's their mothers, whether it's their daughters, cousins, sisters, whatever. Like, they usually have destructive relationships with them, meaning it's not able to prosper because of this issue. So the person I know who is directly affected by this, his mother actually, nothing actually happened to her that we know of. She was fine and able to raise him, but she just chose not to, and to allow her family or parents to raise him. So I think it's different when you have like a family member who steps in and can, nurture you, love you, mold you to that person, even if it's not your, maternal mother, not your mother. But this person didn't actually have that. He had they loved him, and they provided for him, but no, the emotional part was never filled. So remained a huge void through their entire life. And when you start getting into new relationships, or even relationships with women, that breakdown is there and it's existing, and they will be destructive if you don't work on it. So, and also know that if a man doesn't honor his mother and respect his mother, even though I'm not saying that what she did isn't, is justified, like, oh, you just wipe away your maternal abilities and that's it. I don't think it's, good or healthy, but I'm not here to judge, because we all go through things in life and challenges in life that we need to face, and we have to, own up to our mistakes, but we could do better. Like, it's an opportunity to do that. So anyway, but so if they don't honor their mother, because it's not honorable. It's hard to honor a person who does it, who abandons you, or respect a person who abandons you. So if they don't do it to their mother, though, and you're in a relationship with them, they're not going to honor you, respect you. Like, it has to be a respect there. Even if you don't respect what they did to you, but you just respect them as a human being in life. It's a difference. So some things that I think, okay, sorry. So some traits of a man who has been abandoned by his mother. They're extremely insecure. They will make a lot of things about themselves, if not everything about themselves. Like, is some kind of mechanism or tool in them that they look for perfection. So if you're in a relationship with them, they'll look at you, and even if you're really great, right, they'll find things that are wrong with you and focus and highlight those things to make you feel less than a woman, like, because they have this perfection image in their mind for some reason. And it's sad. So another thing is they will mimic your behavior or the way you talk or the way you act, certain things that you say. Like the person that I knew, I would say, like, I would talk or give my opinion or say how I felt about a situation. And then I noticed, like, a couple days later or like the next day or something like that, or even weeks later, and we talk about maybe a similar topic, they would use my opinion of the topic back at me as if it was their opinion. And I would be like, that's so familiar. But it would happen all the time. So it's like, because that person didn't have that upbringing and that nurturing from their mother, they didn't learn certain tools and certain things in life. And it would be just about regular life topics. But I'm like, how is my opinion your opinion all the time? Like, it can't be. And then they would use it as if it was their opinion, and I never said it. Like, it was just the craziest thing. But anyway, so that's something that they may do. They like to be isolated. These people, they are used to being abandoned and used to being alone in a even if it's other people around, like other families around. But when I say alone, meaning the people that you really needed and you really wanted at that moment, you just feel alone. So they'll isolate themselves from everyone else, often because of that void inside. So anyway, let's talk about filling the voids, because I'm going to do another video to break down more topics. This was kind of spontaneous, something I really wanted to talk about because it's affected my life with this person significantly, and I just have to share these traits because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. So things that the person, if you were abandoned by your mother, some things that you can do to work on yourself is counseling. Counseling is extremely important, especially if you can find a good counselor who can give you the tools that you'll need to work on building and filling those voids inside of your heart and your soul and your mind, because you have to do the work. I mean, it wasn't your fault. It's not fair. I know, I understand it, but life is not fair. Life is not easy, and you do have to do the work inside your heart and inside your mind so that you can get past that feeling of being abandoned, okay? So a counselor, and then talking about it, because a lot of people who this happens to, they suppress these feelings and these thoughts. Like, they're deeply rooted down inside and covered with other things. Oh my God. One of the things I just thought about another trait, like this person I know, they would cover and cover. So they always like to look nice and be looking the best and have the best of this and that and that and that. But it's really just a cover and covering up the pain inside that they felt in their heart about being abandoned, because they wanted that attention that they didn't get when they were a child from their mother. So they like to have flashy look, they look the best, this and that and this and that. So beware of that too, because as we know, those things don't last and they can't fill the deep down voids that we have inside. So talking about it with a counselor who can give you the tools on how to move forward in your life and how to grow and how to prevent yourself from being in creating other abandoned relationships. Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry. These people, if you're in a relationship with a person like that, they will emotionally abandon you too. It's not intentional. It's not, they're doing it on purpose. It's just that they don't have the tools inside of them to fulfill you. Even if you're I'm not going to say, a pretty good, solid person, they don't have those tools to fulfill you because they didn't have them. So they have to learn and build and grow. And it's kind of like going to school and working on yourself. Like, you have to do that in order to have the tools to even give it to someone else. Okay, so another tool, if you were abandoned, back to you, sorry, is self-hypnosis. Try it. When I first heard about self-hypnosis, I was skeptical and I heard about it. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, I started doing it and it works wonders and I love it and I promote it. Now I do mine for a totally different subject, but you can do it for you. Like basically all it is like it's a videos on YouTube. I download them and it's called like you do self hypnosis for whatever your issue is. It could be fear of failure, fear of success, fear of abandonment, or self hypnosis for abandonment issues. Because basically in the subconscious part of their mind, and a lot of things from our childhood are in the subconscious part of our mind. Things, maybe we hold pictures and images and, words of things in the subconscious part of our mind. And those, if they're not reprogrammed, are still there, even if you don't really realize it in the conscious state of your mind, which is what I am now. So basically I get the video, download it, listen to it before I go to sleep, and just do this consistently. I do it almost every day. And basically it's reprogramming the subconscious part of my mind, and it works wonders. I love it. I actually do it for the law of attraction and things like that, but you can do it for anything. So that's a great tool to start. And if you're not able to do the counseling just yet, or you're not ready just yet, just do that. And over time, those feelings that you have inside will start to subside and get, less and less and less, but you still need to do the work with a third party or someone who can give you the tools to move on. Well, I hope I covered a lot. I know I was jumping back and forth because I was really excited to do this video and talk about it. But I really hope that I help someone with this. So hopefully I'll do another video with more details and things like that. But thank you for watching.